皆さんこんにちはなのだ。今日はメッツ推しの番組で佐々木朗希選手について語っている動画があったので一緒に見ていきたいのだ。どうしてもニューヨークに来てほしい気持ちと、どうせドジャースに行くんでしょって気持ちが前面に出ていていい感じだったのだ。動画の最後には現地ファンのコメントも紹介するので、もしよかったら最後まで見ていってくださいなのだ。それでは早速レッツゴーなのだ。
You wrote about Sasaki. Educate us on what kind of pitcher he is.
Sal, he was pretty good in the WBC, man.
I don't think Sal was watching.
Yeah, that is true. Well, once Diaz went down, it broke my heart. But yes.
Understandable. Yeah. But hey, it feels like we're talking about a star pitcher from Japan almost every winter now, right? But in the case of Roki Sasaki, this is somebody that really is off the charts when it comes to his arsenal right now. A lot of executives have told me flat out, we're talking about one of the best pitchers in the world. High praise, guys, right? But this is a guy who throws 100 miles per hour, devastating splitter. That probably sounds familiar. It reminds some people of Yamamoto, who signed with the Dodgers, of course. There's a difference here with Sasaki. He's a couple of years younger. He's not as polished as Yamamoto. So word that I got, obviously the Dodgers loom as like that industry favorite that everybody's attaching to his name. But the word that I got is this is somebody that's going to want to value player development when choosing a team, just because of his age, and that he has some things to prove, he has some things to work on. So I think that's something to keep in mind as part of who he is. And he's also somebody that, hey, he's pushed for this opportunity now for a while. Like, we've heard of this guy in the American culture in baseball for a couple of years now. Is somebody that's wanted this opportunity, and I think that tells us a little bit of something about who he is as a person as well.
Interesting player development. Was he want to go to the Rays? I mean, it sounds nice.
Well, the Dodgers also have a pretty good player development.
I know. Dave, is there any realistic chance the Mets or Yankees could get Sasaki?
No, I mean, I think my favorite part of your opening there, Sal, was you said, oh, every team has a chance of getting Roki Sasaki. Right. He's going to go to Cincinnati or Pittsburgh, or Tampa Bay. I mean, give me a break. I mean, we're talking about 6 teams there, maybe, 7. And yes, the Yankees and Mets do have a chance that they could maybe persuade him to come here. Me like Will, I've heard about this guy going to the Dodgers since like last June, if not earlier than that. And it's not what we saw last winter. It's not a coincidence. I mean, it's real that these guys want to play together at this standpoint. So they played together in Team Japan in the WBC. They like playing together. So I think there's some real undercurrent for that. But, that said, if he wants to come to the East Coast, the Mets and Yankees are great landing spots for that. They're both going to be competitive teams. The one thing the Yankees and Mets don't have the advantage here, as Will pointed out, is they can't blow them away with money. Yeah. This international bonus thing. And so when those teams lose that advantage, what are we down to? We're down to Yankees history, and we're down to Mets being an up-and-coming team. That doesn't sell well as money.
This is the one time I want it to be about money. The Mets have the richest owner in the sport. Let him go out there and outbid anybody, which is why I was saying any team could get him technically because of obviously the finances. Sure. Obviously, we know that that's not the case realistically. Hannah, should the Mets prioritize Sasaki or go harder after a known commodity?
I mean, to sort of summarize everything you're saying, sure, certainly. They should prioritize him until he signs elsewhere if he chooses to sign elsewhere. I mean, there's certainly no reason not to. There's a reason we talked about Yamamoto so much last year, and it's the same kind of reason. It's because you get the chance to get a guy who is really, really young and has years of team control, but is a little more polished than, say, someone you're going to get in the draft. He's maybe not as polished as Yamamoto, but it's not like, he'll pitch in Major League Baseball in 2025, and then you'll have him for another 6 years. You'll have him for the rest of his 20s. He's got so much potential, and then Mets need so much pitching. And even if they could blow everyone away with money, the chance to get that kind of talent for not blowing someone away with money, well, then you can blow somebody else away with money later.
Right.
ここからは今回の動画についていたコメントを紹介していくのだ。
今のところ日本人選手にとってロサンゼルスは最も魅力的な選択肢です。世界王者大谷、そして山本、残念ながら佐々木がメッツに行くとは思えません。外じゃ無理。
このコメントがメッツファンのものかドジャースファンのものかは知らんけど、また外選手がとばっちり受けてるのだ。でも正論っぽいから言い返せないのが切ないのだ。
MLB では後払いを禁止すべきです。それは競争上の優位性を与えます。本当に MLB は事態が悪化する前に介入する必要があります。後払い契約が山本を可能にし、そして今佐々木も可能にしました。 ヤンキースファンのひがみと思っても構いませんが、私の主張は正当だ。
ヤンキースファンのひがみが来たのだ。まあ実際後払いの額すごいことになってるのだ。ルール上問題ないとはいえ、ちょっと不自然な感じはあるかもなのだ。知らんけど。
コーエンが本気で狙うなら求めるものを手にするだろう。メッツにぴったりのものを手に入れてほしいですね。
外選手も獲得して勢いがあるのだ。でも忘れているかもしれないけど、山本選手を豪邸に招待したのに振られたのもコーエンさんだったのだ。佐々木選手も豪邸に招待するかは個人的にめちゃくちゃ注目しているのだ。楽しみなのだ。今日の動画はこの辺にしておくのだ。皆様本当にご視聴ありがとうございました。なのだ、もしよかったら佐々木投手がどこへ行くかの予想を聞かせてくれると嬉しいのだ。ミーハーな僕はドジャースに移籍すると予想して、希望もドジャースなのだ。6人ローテーションにぴったりだと思うのだ。それでは次の動画でお会いしましょう。またね。なのだ。